This time it feel like thunder. Whose lips have you been kissing? And whose did you make a wishing? She the one that you've been missing, baby. Whose bed have your boots been under? Around with you. And what about that weekend with Beverly Hills? And I saw you walking with long legs Louise. And you weren't just talking last night with Denise. Whose bed have your boots been under? They just be lying. They just be lying. Whose lips have you been kissing? She the one that you've been missing, baby. Whose bed have your boots been under? Thank you, Shania. I'm going to turn it down now. I'm going to go ahead and turn it down now. But yes, that is the theme of the Sunday vibe. Whose bed have your boots been under? Because, first of all, it's Lionsgate. And that means that we got to tell the truth. We got to tell the truth with this new moon in Leo lined up with the sun and Mercury. Don't call on me. Try the operator. Maybe she'll be free. Call somebody the fuck else. And under. Absolutely. Okay, so yes. Here's why. One, because I see it a lot right now. I see my ladies frustrated. They're just not sure what's going on. And there's a lot of them out there that are like, I just found out that my boyfriend was cheating on me. I just found out that my husband was cheating on me. I just found out that my husband got a side baby. I just found out that I've been housing a he-ho. And I'm like, oh my goodness. Mostly because, I mean, what do you do? What do you do? What do you do? You find out. You cry, because that's step one. I've been there. Oh, this is my motherfucking song. This is my song. This don't have shit to do with shit. But anyway, well, you just, you cry first, of course. But how about where you blame yourself for getting cheated on? And I just want you to know it's not your fault. Because it seems as though a large percentage of the fellas have an inability to be honest in this area. And it's unfortunate because we rely on them to be honest. Because we are opening up physically and emotionally. And what tends to happen is once you decide to be monogamous with your partner, you stop using condoms, if you ever did. And you don't know that person is sleeping with other women. And there's a lot you can say about the other woman, but a lot of time they also don't know. they also get lied to. And I have friends who are dealing with a lot of emotional turmoil because they end up in this situation with somebody's partner because they told them a tale. And you already know, once you get wrapped up in it, it's very hard to get out of it. And it's like everybody has BV or something else, something harder to cure if it is curable. And it just seems to me that the remedy for that is honesty. Because why do you lie so much? You know, you're putting the women at risk when you do this. So let's get into why you feel like you need a bunch of women versus just being satisfied with one. Is it because you don't feel like you're getting what you need in that space? And if you're not, what are you still doing there? Because if I'm not getting what I need somewhere, guess where I'm going to be? Somewhere else. So why don't you leave? Here's your one chance, fast and don't let me down. So why don't you leave? Versus staying there, staying put, and putting everybody at risk. Because the story that you're telling to the other woman is really ugly in regards to your partner. Because you're talking about how bad she is. You're talking about how dissatisfied you are. Oh, I'm just over here because the kids. Them kids don't want that bullshit either. So if that's the real reason why, you need to go on ahead and give them some respite as well. Because none of this is not fair to anybody involved in it. And all you have to do is be honest. All you have to do is be honest. Be honest with yourself in regards to why you need so much. Because it is possible to be monogamous. You know, we can say all day long, here's your one chance, fancy, don't let me down. We can say all day, oh, humans are just animals. We're not meant to be monogamous. That's fucking bullshit. Because I don't see no cows up at the hospital working. So we have the ability to create and do so much here. We also have skills to practice self-control and should be doing it. Because it is a danger to this woman who doesn't know that you are sleeping with other women or entertaining other women, to her womb, to her body. The damage that venereal diseases do to the female reproductive system, because you don't know how to commit, because you can't be honest about what it is that you want, or you want your cake and eat it too. Now your woman's got pelvic inflammatory disease, or she's got HPV that could become cervical cancer, or she's got BV, or she's got some strange odor. And what are you doing? Something ain't right about this. You smell. Because it is much more likely that you are stepping out than it is that she is stepping out. But when she says, you know what? I think we should use condoms. Here is what you say. Here is what you say. You say, well, who have you been with? Don't you trust me? Why not just tell the truth? Why not just admit that you're not trustworthy and say, okay. Now, if you say, okay, might be you have to have a conversation that's uncomfortable. But oh well, ain't you grown? Or no? It's really just getting to the point where we just have to be honest with ourselves and with each other. If we want to save this community, we keep talking about saving the community. Oh, black men and black women need to get along. We need to get along. We do. We do. But in the situations in which we are getting along, can we treat each other with respect? And don't worry, because I'll get into the things that women do, because women do things too. But this is a really large problem. It's the lying. It's the constant and consistent lies, and the refusal to accept responsibility and accountability in the situations in which you have lied, causing us to look like a ridiculous chain of fools out here standing on the picket line. Don't kill black men, because we need them alive to kill us. Come on. Come on, guys. Come on. It's time out for what we've been doing. So I'm going to move on from this, but please consider using condoms with your partners, okay? And so this Lionsgate portal is really about taking action in places in which you can improve humanity. And to me, this is a really simple thing that can be done to improve humanity. It doesn't have to be, all right, I'm going to start a community program to save the kids. You can save the kids by saving their mother. That's what you can do. You can save the kids by saving their mother. You can save the kids by treating the mother with respect. You can save the kids by showing up and being present. You can save the kids by just not being a dickhead. There are so many little ass things that you can do to save the children. Because that's what we came to do, is make the future bright for the kids. Because ours is fuck it. Fuck it. Just like I was saying a couple weeks ago, just fuck it. Okay? Because the disjointedness is so disjointed. But one of the things that we can do is treat each other better sexually. And stop slanging dick around. Stop being community dick. If you are, find out why. Because guarantee, there's something in you that's telling you, I need more attention. I need this. I don't feel loved right here. Let me go see if I can get some. Oh yeah, now I feel like the man. Now I feel good. Now I feel like the man. Okay, so check it. And if you don't like this message, oh fucking well, click off. It's the truth. Okay. So also, time to get reconnected with our true source. God as it is, God as they are, God as she is, God as he is, God, the creator, God, the earth, God, the human, all of it, because everything is God, okay? But we know that we have so much religious programming in our community that stops us from believing that. Because if we do, then, oh my God, we're breaking out of the system and we are probably worshiping the devil. You're not. Stop it. You're free to believe whatever you want to believe. But what happens when you don't understand how it really works is you cut yourself off from part of your abundance. Your divine right to love and live in abundance. And I'll tell you that one time I was fussing and feeling very disconnected, and this song played because I was just going, are you serious? This is bullshit. This is fucking ridiculous. Nothing is working out the way it's supposed to. I keep being faced with resistance. What is going on? The song comes on and says, till you come back to me, that's what I'm gonna do. And I just stopped. And I was like, wow. So are you saying I need to pray? I need to pray better? I need to pray more intentionally? I need to pray more? And of course the answer, yes. So I don't know how many of you have church hurt. But the thing is that if you have church hurt, you're likely not praying at all. So there are those of us who are praying with the restrictions and missing out on some things. But then there are those of us who are not praying at all because we don't like the church. But forget about church. If you are one of those, and you might not be, but if you are one of those who is suffering from church hurt, religious traumatization, forget about that for a second. Ask yourself, have I ever felt the love of God? And if the answer to that is no, then come talk to me. Because I guarantee you that that is not true. Because what God does is keeps his children, her children, their children, however you refer, because there's so many different ways people are referring to God nowadays. It's like, don't say it like that. Like, I'm watching this girl on Instagram lose her damn mind because, you know, she's talking about Jesus and she's like, I've lost 700 followers. I'm like, it's not you talking about Jesus that is making the exodus from your page. It's the way you're doing it and the aggression that you're using and calling everybody who practices spirituality a cult member. Boo-boo. You are just doing exactly what the church be doing. So I might reach out to her. Just very lightly, and ask her, would she like help to rebrand? Because she's rebranding. Like in times like that, when you shift so big, you need to rebrand. You need to just be like, you know what? Let me rebrand. Let me just pivot here. But she's so overcome with the love of the Holy Spirit that she's just railing on everything. I mean, this is a girl who used to be like channeling aliens. So now she's like, I don't do that anymore. I love God. Okay, girl. You know, but like, you can love God however you love God. You can call God whatever you want to call God, as long as you be in touch with God. Every religion calls God something different. It's still God. It's still God. Like, there's no possible way we could be here on this earth operating like we do, with the program, with the system that just runs, with the DNA that just replicates like motherfucking magic, without somebody, a creative somewhere. The neighbor is doing karaoke's in the driveway. Anyway, there's no way that we could be here running this play without a creative somewhere who organized it and put it in motion. And it's beautiful how it rebrands. We right now are in the midst of a rebranding. You guys understand that? Like, we're rebranding. We're rebranding the Black community. We're rebranding humanity in this moment. And what's beautiful about it is, you know, we are the people who are waking up and shining their light brightly and doing their work. We are the second coming. And I wanted to say that last year, but I felt crazy, so I didn't say it. And now I see people saying it, and I'm like, oh, okay. It's safe to come out now. It's safe for the Jesuses to come out now. And it's cool. Like, I just got to do my work to shine my light, to bring my light and love. And part of my work is to help my community. So, You don't have to like what I say about black and brown issues or relationships between black men and black women, but it doesn't make it not so, because I see it in my reality. I see my friends getting ghosted by men. I see my friends afraid to have crazy good sex with their own husbands. I see myself scared to love because somebody hurt me and I found out that they were cheating on me through some really unfortunate circumstances. Or I found out that I had some bacterial infection or some shit, and all I was trying to do was love somebody. So this is a real thing, and it's about our safety, and it is about our community advancing. And I have one more thing, and then I'm gonna leave y'all alone. Ooh, white women, white women. Ooh, white women, white women. White women, white women, white women. Listen, bitches, I understand wanting to save the planet and save the earth. That's fine. But there's a whole community of people that need your support as a human. You spending all this energy to fuss at people about what they're eating instead of targeting your grandpa, your daddy, maybe your mother, your sister, other people who are racist, and pretending that this racist program isn't running on the system. Stop. If you're going to ascend and, rise into your highest self, why don't you use your energy to talk about the truth of what's happening to other humans? Okay, like look at child sex trafficking, child abuse, the whole black community. There are other areas in which you can move your focus, boo. You're the elite right here. So this is how you're going to use your power? That's looking kind of suspect. You could talk about the truth. You could speak about the truth versus it just felt so good. It felt so good to be in alignment. I just feel like Source is pouring its love over me. I feel Source moving from my crown to my root chakra, and I'm just gonna sit over here and be a ascended white woman. And never mind all of these different groups that are suffering. What are you doing? What are you doing? What the hell are you doing? We cannot ascend so much that we separate ourselves from humanity. That's why you ascend. Okay, I'm ascended. Now let me help humanity. Not I'm ascended. Let me step away from humanity and be like this motherfucker right here. That's not your work here, honey. That's not your work here. Tap in. Check in with what's really going on. Okay. All right. So that's it. The Creative AF Flow Center has started reading the 4 agreements. They're reading rainbows because it's a group of healers, and we are reading the book, and we are healing ourselves and preparing to step out and spread our word with the collective. So we just started. So if you want to join, you can. If you want to join with us to read the book, you can. First chapter message is not due until next Sunday. And I just have a lot of new because I too am rebranding. And I am going to flex my light and my truth. And I just can't wait to serve so many people and help them. Oh, look at that. Did you see LeVar Burton? Did you see LeVar Burton? See what I'm saying? I just said reading rainbow. That's how you know. That's how you be checking in. Okay, I'm in alignment. Absolutely. I love it. All right. So yes. but I am a brand strategist and also a spiritual teacher. So typically what happens is when people need to rebrand, they also have to do some personal development. So I'll be there for that. So it's like a little mashup. It's so cool. I love to watch people grow and then be like, okay, here I am to do what I came here to do. It's lovely. I really enjoy it. I enjoy doing the work that I do. At first I was afraid of it because it was new for me, going from a hospital buyer to this was kind of scary, but I did it. I'm here and I love it. I love it. So I'll just glance at these cards real quick. Looks like an inner journey is required in order to starlight, star bright, to turn the star on. To turn the star on, because what we want is supreme abundance here. Most people, financial or material. You can't get that until you unlock the light, because it's attracted to the light. It's like a bug attracted to light. Everything good. Yes. Gotta have it. Give me the light. Just give me the light. Yes. Yes. So you're probably in a place right now where you feel like, oh my God, which direction should I go in? I feel like I'm being called to do this type of work, or feel like I'm being called to, check out some different types of spiritual practices, things like that. But also my mom and them, and I don't want to be going against God. Love is not against God. So if you're doing something that feels right to you and you're trying to learn to love yourself or be more in touch with yourself or accept yourself in any way, don't worry about who you're going to lose if you do it. Don't worry about who you're going to lose if you step out as yourself. The chances are that you're creating space for who is going to come into your experience and be with you in your truth. That's who you want there. So, like the fool. Yeah. Wild out. Okay? Wild out. And do know, though, that it is going to take some work. So it's not going to be like, okay, tomorrow I'm going to be ready. I mean, let's see. I'm almost 3 years in. So it might take you a minute. But it's part of the journey. Like everything you learn, every change you make, because just like this lady I was talking about, part of your journey might be to go on a path that asks you to talk to aliens or something, or channel light beings, like whatever she was doing. She was doing some interesting shit. I mean, I never was like, oh, let me try that. I was just like, okay, all right, girl. But part of your journey might be to go there and then to be like, okay, it is God for me. It is the Christian church for me, but I need to be an exhorter. I need to do more. I need to serve God every day, because most of us don't do that. Most of us do not really follow the path of righteousness every day. Most days it's a bunch of bebopping and bullshit. And yes, you're still loved. But for you to be in the position that you really, really desire to be in, you have to give up so many things and give yourself over to God for you to be used in service. For you to be used in service. That's how I live my life. All the plans I made and created for my business, honey, I heard that voice that said, you gonna do what I say to do, miss. And that's how it's gonna be. And you gonna get out here and you gonna tell these people that you love the Lord. However, yeah. And I still play with my cards. I still do astrology. Like, I create my own. Like, I follow my own path. I do what I do. I don't worry about whether or not it's approved by anyone. Because as long as I know that God is approving of what I'm doing, then I'm going to keep doing it. And you know how I know? Because times like when I say reading rainbow and I see LeVar Burton 5 minutes after that, less than 5 minutes, I know I'm on point. That's how I check. I don't go ask others, well, do you think it's okay if I do this? I just check in with the energy. I check in with the energy. Do I feel like I am at my best vibration? Do I feel like I'm operating in fear? Because if I operate in fear, then I am serving in the dark. The thoughts I have, oh my God, oh, that stress and the worry, that to me, that's a sin. That is the sin. Anything other than I know I am covered and protected. I know that God has me. I know that source is protecting me. I know everything I do is divinely guided. And that is my message for this Lionsgate and the new moon in Leo. And I am going to set some intention. I did yesterday some excellent work in which I did some burning of things that were kind of keeping me ruminating on some of that negativity that I have been moving away from. And it's just like, it's time to stop. It's time to stop. It's like you're either going to live over here or you're going to keep teeter-tottering, and you cannot serve two masters. So you got to pick. You got to pick. You got to pick. And for me, that is just being free, singing songs, reading cards, talking shit, speaking truth. Okay. So I love you guys, and I'll see you later. If you're in any of the small groups, then I will check in with you this week. Maybe see you on Facebook or Instagram. In the meantime, just don't be a self-hater. It's so easy. It's so easy. Okay. And it doesn't feel good. So do your best to love yourself, accept yourself, appreciate all aspects of yourself, and start moving towards the light if that's the direction you want to go in. Okay? Okay. Bye-bye.